As the curtain of this age comes to a rapid closing, we see how the end game has always been in plain sight. Here, look at this. This Sesame Street paperback from October 1976 called Monsters on the Loose shows Cookie Monster eating the Twin Towers. At first glance, we see this as a prediction of the destruction of the World Trade Center, but there is much more to this than meets the eye. Most people will stop at the obvious, but I don't want you to stop there. Rather, I want you to look deeper. Now let's go back in time. Way back to June 26, 2000. On this day, a historic announcement was made at the White House. The Human Genome Project made a major milestone in human history. They announced that they were able to draft the sequence of the human genome. In other words, they were able to decode the human book of life.
Today we are learning the language in which God created life. We are gaining ever more awe for the complexity, the beauty, the wonder of God's most divine and sacred gift. With this profound new knowledge, humankind is on the verge of gaining immense new power to heal. Genome science will have a real impact on all our lives, and even more on the lives of our children. The horizon that lies before us is one that science cannot approach alone. It is the horizon that represents the ethical, moral, and spiritual dimension of the power we now possess. As we unlock the secrets of the human genome, we must work simultaneously to ensure that new discoveries never pry open the doors of
tasks lie ahead if we learn how to speak the language of the genome fluently. Today is most certainly not the end of genomics. But perhaps it's the end of the beginning. Together we must develop the advances in medicine that are the real reason for doing this work. If there is anyone within the sound of my voice who has not seen that as a priority, I hope today's announcement is the necessary wake-up call.
The end of the beginning is upon us. Did you catch how the former President Clinton stated that they now possess the power over ethical, moral, and the spiritual dimension? Possess means to seize and take control, to rule over, to dominate, to own it. You see, everything is first done in the spiritual and then will manifest into the physical. He further states they are able to unlock the human genome. So, by unlocking the genome, they are now able to have dominion even at the spiritual level. I am thus reminded.
He who is set apart, he who is true, he who has the key of David, he opens that no one shuts and shuts that no one opens.
Yahushua is the key. No one can unlock what he has shut.
And he is before all, and in him all hold together.
Now, let's go deeper, shall we? You see, spiritually he is the glue that holds us together. We can see the manifestations of him literally holding us together, right at the cellular level. Laminins are in the family of glycoproteins, which assist in cell adhesion, meaning that laminins bond and hold cells together. Without laminin, there would be no unity amongst the cells. Just as sin separates us from the Father, without laminin, the cells would separate. When cells separate, a person would fall apart, leading to death. Laminins also act like a bridge by connecting cells to the E, C, M molecules. Without laminins, the physical body would die, and without Yahushua, a person is spiritually dead and disconnected from Yahuwah. These laminins that act like a bridge. Speaking of bridges, in recent years, the Francis Scott Key Bridge experienced a significant collapse. The incident was reportedly caused when a cargo ship collided with the structure, resulting in its failure. Historically, bridges have failed and collapsed for multiple reasons. Structural failures, design flaws, natural disasters, and collisions, whether caused by vehicles or ships, can also result in catastrophic bridge failures. There is a deeper layer to the event that many did not notice: the symbolism surrounding the incident. The vessel involved in the collision was named Dalí. Do you remember Salvador Dalí, a renowned artist? Here, we see him as the Shiva, the god of destruction and death. Dalí, along with Walt Disney and Pink Floyd, made a short film called Destino and Time. The project was started in 1946 but was not completed until 2003.
Shorter of breath, and one day closer to death. Every year is getting shorter, never seem to find the time. Times that neither come to walk or half the page.
All of it is just very surreal. Here, look at this clip. Here we see him as an Eggman. In my video, KFC, I break down the symbolism with the cracked egg. All this goes hand in hand with what is playing out right now on the world stage.
With any kind of traumatism. Little blood, symbolic blood. And milk again. Milk, what we put a bowl, and some symbolic fish of Mediterranean mythology. This is the blood of Gala and the blood of divine Dalí.
Clearly, these people are demonic. The strange art, the satanic blood ritual, the worshipping of the Dalí. Now, this is how sick these people are. All his artwork is just strange, demonic, and evil, but one that stands out that is relevant for this video is called The Broken Bridge. Notably, Dalí had a fascination with DNA and the double helix structure, even creating drawings related to James D. Watson's double helix. In 1968, these drawings were displayed at the Athenaeum in New York. Dalí's interest in DNA was so profound that his artwork, The Broken Bridge, is interpreted as Jacob's broken ladder, which represents DNA. Most miss the connection between the bridge collapse, Dalí's art, and the double helix. The Broken Bridge artwork offers a wealth of symbolism and hidden meanings. One prominent feature includes the depiction of the Baphomet. Do you see that? We can also see the messengers with wings, represented as the fallen messengers. See the girl in the fallen messenger's arms? Now look at this. Dalí is a term used in DNA-assisted lithography. We can even go deeper, as look at this. Dalí is being symbolically used as a barge to break the bridge that is in DNA. But get this, there are things called DNA barges, which is engineered molecular nanotechnology. These are artificial programmable tools that are designed to alter the genetic code. The symbology here is off the charts. Francis Key Scott wrote, "The Star-Spangled Banner, the national anthem." I could decipher each line of the national anthem, but this is not the focal point here in this video. Even though it relates, but for now, considering how diabolical Francis was, what star or angelic being is he really honoring? If you've been duped into thinking it was all about that flag, that is because you've stopped at the surface. Hence, the star is the fallen angelic being that has promised liberation, freeing mankind from a jealous Aluam. Spangle means a shining, brilliant, or sparkling appearance, thus Lucifer the Shining One. And they have put their trust in the God of this world to bring the freedom. The freedom that will separate them from Aluam for eternity. Let's break this down. Now pay attention. Francis means free, as in the free man. According to my Kairos.org. Scott spiritually means temple of Aluam. And a key is a small piece of shaped metal, with incisions cut to fit the wards of a particular lock, which is inserted into a lock and turned to open or close it. The key is used to open or close a word or system for solving a cipher or a code. Putting it all together, the key is used to unlock a code, in this case here DNA. Once the genome can be unlocked, then it can be decoded and rewritten, causing a person to become free from Aluam within their temple. Unbelievable. Hold up. Wait a minute, a key can be used to decipher a word or a code. I am thus reminded of the following.
What does the Bible say about it? It says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was what? The Word was God, and the Word was with God. Then it says, after many days, the Word became flesh and dwelt among men. Well, see, that's DNA. So now, the DNA basically is the God molecule that actually is the blueprint for how to make a human being. Every molecule, every protein, every substance in your body was coded for, programmed for, in the DNA.
That very system, that very code, the blueprint that makes us human is in the DNA and signed with the Creator's signature. He is the very system of life. But let's go further. Did you know that proteins use a lock and key system to bind to DNA? The collapse of this bridge is clearly telling us that through gene editing, the pawns of Satan have collapsed the very bridge that holds the DNA together. Then they changed the very sequence that makes us human with the two witnesses of the double helix. Thus those who took the snakebite are no longer created in the full image of Aluam, that is the body, soul, and spirit, but are now created in a new image, the image of the beast. Casting the Father, Son, and Ruach HaKodesh down and out. They have managed to unlock the code of life by breaking asunder the very bonds that hold DNA together. During the breaking of the bridge, which laminins are held together by disulfide bonds, also known as disulfide bridges. When disulfide bridges have any abnormal regulation that causes structural breaks, this can cause diseases such as ALS, various cancers, and Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Brothers and sisters, CJD is prion disease.
Fact is, in retrospect now, most people think that Kuru probably did start as a spontaneous case of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease occurring in an isolated tribal group that practiced endocannibalism. These didn't go out and kill missionaries. These were people who ate their loved ones. This is to maintain, just to give them eternal life. And so it was a ritual of mourning and a ritual of homage to their relatives that they ate them, including the brains.
The ritual to eat their loved ones, including the brains, caused them to get this fatal disease. They thought that by eating their loved ones they would obtain eternal life. Prion disease in humans is called zombie disease. It is 100% fatal, with no cure, or as of today there is not any sort of treatment to delay the progression. The disease causes a rapid decline in motor skills, behavioral changes, confusion, weight loss, trembling, myoclonus, vision problems. The powers that be use mockery with their pamphlets of zombie preparedness. They know what is coming. The zombie apocalypse. The Black Awakening, where they will be able to smell Yahuwah's name in our DNA. Let me repeat, when the laminins bridges have any sort of structural breaks, this can cause misfolded proteins, which is associated with zombie disease. Wasting disease, that causes cell death. The portal of Baal Tarmar is the gate, doorway between the physical and the spiritual. The deeper message here is that Dalí is being used to break the bridge. One more point I want you to know. The Francis Scott Key Bridge is in Baltimore. Now look at this. Baal Tarmar. Do you see it? The Battle of Baltimore started when the Levite's concubine was brutally raped and murdered in the city of Gibeah. The Levite dismembered her body into 12 pieces, sending the parts to the other tribes. This led to the nationwide outrage where the tribe of Benjamin was almost annihilated. How fitting that the great civil war between the tribe of Benjamin and the other tribes occurred at Baltimore. Which brings us back to what President Bill Clinton was saying. They are now able to decode the human genome. Brothers and sisters, once something has been decoded, it can then be re-encoded and transcoded into a totally different format. This is scary. A little over a year after the Human Genome Project drafted the sequence of the DNA, the World Trade Center was attacked. The collapse of the Twin Towers was a moment of global significance, witnessed by many. It prompted widespread concern, fear, and confusion among observers. The events of September 11, 2001, profoundly affected individuals around the world. And that was the entire purpose of the attack. Physically, mentally, and spiritually. Think, if you will, the cutting of the umbilical cord. But not between mother and child, rather the severing of the ties occurred right at the cellular level, cutting Yahuwah out of the DNA. Here, let me explain. First off, notice the ellipse in the left-hand corner? It resembles a portal. CERN has been used to explore phenomena that has involved different realms or dimensions. See, once the pawns of Satan have united, nothing will be withheld from them, as stated in Genesis chapter 11, verse 6. If you have been following the FOY ministry, then you might remember how we learned that the Twin Towers represented the double helix. The DNA, which has everything to do with what is occurring right now on the world stage. I'm not surprised that the pawns of Satan have used Sesame Street to convey the method of revelation. Throughout many of their shows, they added subtle occultic themes, such as Sesame Street's special called Don't Eat the Pictures. Here we can see they are talking to a demon, which is Osiris. They sold themselves out. And here we can see the portal, the blue monster, and the double helix. Wow, it's all right here, folks.
Hey, that's what I need. Something to read. Magic words and phrases. Sounds interesting. Magic can be performed either by potions or by the use of magic words and phrases. Among the most powerful of these is the...
Sesame Street was inspired by the magical phrase Open Sesame. Segments that aired in France, Canada, and Sweden were called Open Sesame.
This is Kermit the Frog here.
Kermit, Cookie Monster, and the whole Sesame gang are always busy dancing, singing, and having the best time around, and so will you. So come on, join us on Open Sesame, Sunday on Treehouse. Join us on Open Sesame, Sunday on Treehouse.
First off, sesame is a flowering plant that when the pods have reached maturity, they pop, burst open, releasing the edible seeds. Sesame seeds have been used throughout ancient Babylonian rituals and magical practices. The seeds were incorporated into spells, potions, used to induce lust, worn as amulets, and even used in curses. In folklore, the very oil mills from the sesame seed were believed to house many spirits. Have you ever heard of the phrase, Open Sesame? It is a magical spell, a mystic incantation used by the enchanter or enchantress through utterance to unlock some hidden treasure. The sesame seed is being used metaphorically in unlocking something that had once been concealed, protected, guarded, sealed, closed, and secured. But it is now accessible, allowing someone or something to have full access to that which was previously hidden treasure. The magical phrase became popular, as we see here in Antoine Galland's French translation of 1001 Nights.
Open
Interesting, open sesame means open yourself. Besides the Arabic word, simsim meaning sesame, it also can mean gate. The gate is like a portal. Both are used interchangeable as passages to another location or even to different dimensions or realms. Unbelievable. Open the gate, open the portal by open sesame. Here we see that the suffix sema means a sign or a mark. Now in medical terms, sema implies the body. So this one suffix can mean sign, mark, body. Are you starting to see the deeper meaning here? Brothers and sisters, we are the temple. Now consider this as we read the following. You have got to go deeper into what he is really saying here. Look beyond the surface. He spoke in parables. Not all will perceive, nevertheless. To those who do, let me know in the comments.
My temple will be called a house of prayer, but you have turned it into a den of thieves.
Have we not been told to pray without ceasing and to pray at all times?
Pray without ceasing. Praying at all times, with all prayer and supplication in the Ruach.
We are to be the temple of prayer. But the thieves have broken in, just like in the story of Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. The story goes something like this. A poor woodcutter finds a hidden cave. He secretly watches a pack of thieves enter a cave by gaining access after uttering the magic incantation, Open Sesame. Ali Baba tries it and says, Open Sesame. The door to the cave opens, giving him full access to the cave, full of stolen treasures. Did you know that caves can be used as a metaphor for the human body? Like in Hinduism, caves are associated with the soul of a person. The soul of a person, you all. So, we have this secret cave that is like a metaphor for the human body, being summoned to open through a magical incantation. Open Sesame. That is, open yourself. Once opened within the cave, that is within the body, therein lies the treasure. Brothers and sisters, what is really being opened?
The resulting complex will lock onto a short sequence known as the PAM. The Cas9 will unzip the DNA and match it to its target RNA. If the match is complete, the Cas9 will use 2 tiny molecular scissors to cut the DNA.
These subtle clues all lead to what is playing out right now on the world stage. I am thus reminded that we are a set-apart people to Yahuwah.
For you are a set-apart people to Yahuwah your Elohim. Yahuwah your Elohim has chosen you to be a people for himself, a treasured possession above all the peoples on the face of the earth. But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a set-apart nation, a people for a possession, that you should proclaim the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
A treasured possession and a people for possession. That is us. Possession is the state of having, owning, or controlling something. Has he not sealed us? Has he not declared, this one is mine? Who also sealed us and gave the Ruach in our hearts as a pledge. Turn with me to the great book of Revelation.
And I looked and saw a lamb standing on Mount Sion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written upon their foreheads.
In this verse, we see that those who are with the Messiah, the 144,000, and they have the Father's name written upon their foreheads. When a king made a decree, or a law, a statement, a mandate, or some other official order, he would authorize the official document by placing his seal on it. The official seal consisted of melted wax with a cord or ribbon attached to the royal edict that has the king's name, title, and territory on it. This was legal and binding within the kingdom. There would be harsh and severe penalties for anyone who went against the king's edict.
Write ye also for the Yahudim, as it likes you, in the king's name, and seal it with the king's ring, for the writing, which is written in the king's name, and sealed with the king's ring, may no man reverse.
This is exactly what Yahuwah did. As sovereign and creator, having the ultimate universal authority, he declared that the human genome would consist of only 144,000 genes. Adding to or taking away from this would forever change what defines the humankind. He sealed the decree with his own name, right at the cellular level, never to be reversed.
Therefore what Elohim has joined together, let man not separate.
This goes much deeper than husband and wife. I don't think most of you understand how deep his words are. Don't stop at the surface level, rather, dig deep, for that therein lays the root. Now what he joined let no man separate. The two strands, the two witnesses, that is the double helix. He joined by hydrogen bonds. He warned us not to take away or add to the book. Could he have been talking about the book of life, which is DNA? Through sorcery, that is through pharmakia, they did just that. They cut asunder what he joined. By their own patent, they stated that whoever received the elixir would cause them to induce a triple helix. That is an extra 72, bringing the total to 216,000. Now look. The black goo is demonic. And here we see the black goo demons. Within the elixir, there was black goo, which is a fallen messenger, an entity. Monsters are symbolic for demons. And as we see, the cookie monster just happens to be a blue monster. Wake up! Behold the end game. They are showing you that the monster is eating the double helix. The monster is shredding what Yahuwah brought together. Do you see it is breaking it asunder? Wow! Unbelievable, right here. Come on you all, leave a comment if you understand what I am saying here. Did you know that cut asunder means to forcefully separate or divide something into pieces? Often with a violent action, and what we are seeing here is violent. Open sesame is symbolic for unlocking something that was previously closed, thereby giving someone or something access to hidden treasures. The treasure is within the DNA itself, because it holds the very name of Yahuwah along with the blueprint on what it means to be human. Even junk DNA has a hidden treasure.
And I shall give you the treasures of darkness and hoarded wealth of secret places, so that you know that I, Yahuwah, who are calling you by your name, am the Elohim of Yasharal.
The thieves have broken in and stole the birthright to be human. Ah, if only the watchmen did watch, so then the thieves would not have broken in. Sadly, the thieves have found the password, the gate, the portal, the key to unlock the double helix, which was previously inaccessible. By a magic incantation they were able to open Sesame.
But know this, that if the goodman of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
Many did not take heed to the words of our Mashiach, Yahushua, when he told us to stay awake. While they slept, the enemy broke in and stole the treasure within them. Putting all this together, this illustration by Sesame Street, the cookie monster, that demon, attacking the twin towers, the double helix, it is all symbolic of the ongoing war that started there in the garden. And I put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. The monsters have been let loose under Operation War Seed. The Seed War, Operation Warp Speed, is coming to an end. Stay awake. Do not falter. Stay the course, everyone. Hold the line. Pray for endurance. I love you all very much. If you need anything, reach out to us here at email us at FollowersofYah.com. Be Baruch.